already going to bed.
It's been a while.
There we go. That's a nice stream.
I don't think I really have anything aside
Yeah.
from
I was like
I
instinctively
mean, like,
setting
oh
up
boy,
my
8 p.m. That means we're getting on because they're just getting on.
Hey guys.
Hi.
That's me.
quite
That's me.
to mess with the slug cat.
Farewell.
Hello. Can we get a bit of silence at the ground, please? Can we get a little bit of quietness? Thank you very much. Oh damn, you got me covered.
Nice.
Thank you, soldier. Hi, hey, welcome to the Avatar Roundup. This is the roundup of, May. I forgot what month it was. It's an event that evidently happens on the first Saturday of every month, where it's an event we are allowed to showcase avatars and models. Did you make a cool avatar or a funny little guy that you want to show to the world? Come on, stand up on the stage. Did you make a prefab that's cool and you want to show the world that can be applied to other avatars? Like the Merino's fight? Come on up. Come on the stage. You find a cool and or useful model just out in public and you want to show it off because it's useful? So long as you credit the person behind it, come on up. Come on to the stage. If you want to see more of this silly little gathering of silly little fellows, communitymeetup.net. There you can also find out about our sister event, the Community Meetup, which is every Sunday, where it's basically this, but for maps. Minus the showing off cool maps you found. You don't really do that, you only show off maps you made. I have a couple toggles here at my disposal to turn on certain things, like if you need a dark environment or audio link, I can do that. I'm a wizard. I can manipulate reality to whatever I please. Make sure avatars are in TOS, so if it's not in TOS, I'm gonna have to expel you from the instance with my mind powers. So that is an unfortunate fate. I don't want anyone here suffering. Also, 15-ish, roughly, minutes per presentation. I think I'll actually keep track of time now. To scare people. Aside from that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have people who want to show off their cool stuff line up behind me to where if you want to show off earlier, you go there, and if you're not too fussed about showing earlier, you go there. I'll take a screenshot and we'll just have a row of you know, count heads, count people.
Yeah.
With that, if you wish to show anything, I summon you to the stage. God damn! Remember, evenly, make sure no one's clipping in, make sure everyone's, there we go. Screenshotable. Now, give us your nicest smile, because I'm gonna take a screenshot. Good faces, everyone. Apps, fucking stunning. Slay. Oh,
Stop
okay, I'm pressing all the wrong
blinking!
buttons here. Slay, goddamn. Right, got it. So, if everyone, apart from Nerd Cooper, could return to their rightful spots in the audience, for this is the silly little lad showing off, and I'll probably, because I got stuff to show, I'll insert myself in the middle, roughly. Go on, son.
Good evening. I've met yet another robot last month.
No biases at all, but that's cool.
This little bird right here. My cloning is on if you want to try it. And here are the features. First of all, of course, it can fly, because if a bird robot can't fly, then it's a complete waste. And then there's hue shifting. Whoops, hold on. There's saturation shifting. There's you on the glowing parts. And you can also toggle the accessories on and off. There's 3 accessories on this. The head camera, I can turn it on and off. The backpack and the antenna. So if you want a cleaner look, you can just turn them all off. But personally, I like to have them all on at the same time. And of course, 8 facial expressions. Positive faces are on your right hand, and negative faces are on your left hand. You'll figure it out. There's 3 positives here and 5 negatives here. And that's it. Enjoy.
Nice.
Short, sweet, to the point, stylized as shit. I love it. That would be no Cooper. Next up to present what they have to present would be our dearest friend, Ghost. Ghost, if you can turn to the throne here whilst I go in MS Paint and scribble off Nerd Cooper from the screenshot, because that's how I'm keeping track of everything. Works every time.
Hello gamers, yet new avatar I will show. Been working on this one for a bit. If you joined the community meetup, you might have seen it already. Yeah. So, like Nerd Koopa's avatar, you can you have a bunch of color options on both the body and the legs separately. We turn off the mask. It has a face with face tracking, and also the mask supports face tracking. The face tracking for this system was a pain to implement. Yeah. Because it's like my previous avatar, like a while ago, it's not using shader tricks, it's all geometry. It's just polygons shrinking up and down. Let's see, what else? Oh, recently added a bunch of body modifications. So let me just put this here. Let's see. Start with the first one, breast size. It's the default one. Body fat. So it can go thinner and thicker. Top and bottom thickness, like just in case you want to customize the avatar. And face shape. Let me turn off the mask first. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Face 1. Yep. Face 2.
I want to back up a little bit. Overwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
Phase 3. Is it working? It is working. Okay. And yeah, the emissions are done using Blender's light baking. Can you turn off the lights so it's a darker environment?
Sending everyone to the abyss.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can get a direct contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
And yeah.
Very nice.
Also, squish bones, normal face bones. I think the right, the best part. So I have a heart here.
What? Oh my god. That's freaky. Oh my god.
And Peep, I ask you to come over to the stage.
Oh, come over here.
Peep, I give you my heart.
Oh, how romantical and also disgusting.
Kind of morbid,
take it
yeah.
back.
So, this is pretty much like super close to completion. I just need to finish some icons, and I want to make it so that when I do this, for like a few seconds, my body starts to go gray, kind of like in cartoons where, I don't know, I thought it'd be funny. But yeah, that's it. That's all the avatar is. And Gumroad. Gonna be releasing it on Gumroad soon, and it's gonna be free for everyone, with an optional donation if you want to donate. But yeah, it's gonna be free.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Elio was good. Can promote. See?
That's my presentation.
Anyway, sending everyone back to the world above.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm on the stage! Boo! Oh, that ain't a good camera angle.
Hello.
No. Alright, yeah, we're gonna announce, never mind. Wait. Yeah, you are up next. God, you've got memory. Go on, take the stage.
Nice, thank you, yes. Actually, first thing, can we go back to the world of darkness? Because my thing is very nice in darkness.
Once again,
Okay.
all ears to the abyss.
Hello, Zeke.
Very nice. So also, I'm gonna be showing today a prefab, and I need an assistant in VR because I forgot this event was happening, so I joined last minute and on desktop. Can somebody come here, please, and grab this? This is grabbable in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody in VR? And position it, please, so the camera sees it. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. Ah, that's about right.
Okay, I'm going.
Having
There's
fun with
the N.
angles.
Oh, well.
There's the N, so we can turn it like so the N goes upwards, maybe?
I'll just move the camera.
Because the north.
Mm. What did you do?
Oh, no, okay. So the last update broke it, so it slides towards me all the time, which is not intended. I'm gonna fix that when maybe VRChat fixes it, I don't know.
Oh, now you just...
This is a prefab that shows the accurate positions of the night sky above me at the current time. I'm gonna activate my OSC, it's gonna blink. And these are the stars currently visible above me. I made a bunch of textures for it. You can also see like the zodiacs. You can also change it so you see the names, but also hold on. I'm just getting frustrated with the new update a little bit. But yes, also just without the names, I put in a hue shift as well. What this guy goes through like every day, all the time. This is like a simulation of it. It's a prefab that you can buy on my Gumroad, either for personal use or commercial. And you can put it like this with the prop system, so anybody can put it anywhere, or you can put it anywhere on your avatar as well. It doesn't really matter. Depends how you like to use it. And this, for example, is only Milky Way. So yeah, that's all.
Sick as fuck.
You can go back to the world of
I don't like the
light.
shade of the dark. Okay, we're back up. Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool. Still beyond me how OSC stuff like that works, but cool as shit. Anyway, next up would be Easy Mochi. If you could, take the stage.
Hello. Yes. I make assets. I don't make avatars. And well, I make instruments mainly, but I also make other things. Let me show you. Give me a second. I'm not sure that it will work with this amount of people because it uses sounds, and sometimes when there's a lot of sounds, Unity tends to break. But so the latest one I've made is this one here. So I don't know if you can see it, if it's synced properly, but it's lute.
Nice.
Okay, good. And essentially you can literally play any note. It has 3 octaves and a few chords as well, so it plays with gestures. And
Be a bit too far away.
Oh yeah, maybe you cannot hear it because too full, but I'm sorry. But essentially, yeah, it can play.
Oh, there we go.
And you can literally play anything. So I don't know if I should play something, but Well, I mean, I panic a little bit when there's a lot of people, so my legs are actually shaking right now, but anyways, and you can also, what is it called? Oh yeah, drop it in the world as well. And then, I don't know, grab it back, put it on your back, a lot of things. I made a lute, I also made a bass guitar, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it has a lot of effects and stuff. You can spin it, you can, well, if my tracking of the fingers work, you can, do some crazy stuff like this, and you can also play music, obviously. There is also a trombone and a small harp, which is also cool. And all of them work in the same way, so if you learn one, you can play all of them. But I also make weapons, as I said. Like this one, that I really like.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you can also drop it in the world. But let's disable it. And I also made, give me a second, if I don't have a cardiac arrest soon, because that's also a possibility. So those. So same thing, like,
Hey, Yash, you're not
you can
invisible.
shoot.
Ooh.
And
I need.
that's, yeah. Oh, and I forgot to show you that they actually have
Yash,
elements.
you're
So
not invisible.
you can do that.
Nothing.
Oh. Okay. So you have electricity over there. You have flames. And you have ice. So yeah. And I think that's pretty much. Oh no, I actually also released a camping set that you can drop in the world and sleep in if you like to camp and stuff like that. I also made this stupid pen. You can type with it or just play. And well, eventually you can do both, I guess. And oh yeah. One last thing I released, if I can find it in my menu, because this is a mess. I have so many things. I have a flashlight, so you can turn it on and it lights up the environment. You can flip it like this and put it on your head. And that way you can move around and see where you're going. And have your hands free. So I guess that's pretty much it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, if you want, I can show the camping set as well. Give me 1 second. Camping. Oh yeah. So I can place, for example, a tent over here. Oh, well, it's a little bit big, but and then I don't know, over here I can place the campfire maybe. Over here I can place the chair.
Oh no.
And I have a little thingy. It's interactable as well. Well, just for the owner. And, well, that's it. And everything is available in my booth or my Gumroad over there. If you want to have a look, I also have an official website. Alright, let me just disable that one moment. But yeah, it's in this thing. And that's it. For now. I try to release one asset a week, but this might change because it's very difficult to keep the rhythm. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
As hell. Some of the communities I'm in, they are the backbone. So you're contributing, don't worry. Good stuff. Anyway, it's the midway point, or what roughly is there, I've got a very awkward presentation because there's someone who can't show up today, ladies, gentlemen, and friends beyond. So I'm having to show off for them, air quotes. But first I'm gonna do my stuff real quick, which I don't do tech stuff. So it's literally, hey, silly guy, look at that. Semi-cursed, actually, what do I, Oh, I've only really got one thing to show off now that I think of it. I made a funny robot, because I was bored and wanted to test something. That's the brunt of all I've done, really. Once again, I gotta work on toggles, but what you see is mostly what you get.
A tiny robot! Ha 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 ha!
Thank you! This is the one time I'll do, normal-ish hands that feel proportional, which is very lovely. I've never done it, and aside from not parenting the ball joint correctly, I, got the bone positioning perfect on this, which pleases me greatly. I gotta do the same for the head, and I also got ball joints on the shoulders that move correctly. And then on the elbow. I think I gotta also parent to this to make it better. But aside from that, this is it. Now, for the second half of this dual presentation... Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna need the camera up for this, if you may. First, let me get into something comfortable. There we go. And god damn it. Let us be on with the presentation.
Hello there, Pete. How's it going?
Fuck off.
I'm doing fine myself. Thank you so much. I'm Speed. I'm totally here in the flesh. I'm not in any way some kind of... I'm here for the Avatar Roundup, right?
No.
Anyway, I'm here to show off and retcon something that I showed last time that I felt like I was abysmal about, and that was this thing. So it's a hologram and a real person holding a hologram. Sorry, not a hologram, a hologram. Clearly I'm holding a hologram, and I want to say I'm sorry for showing this off, because this was 36 hours past this model right now. I somehow pulled an all-nighter and got this all working. This is what I call experiment. I'm gonna get into some nitty-gritty. If you want to see this avatar, do not try to clone Peep, because obviously Peep is in Peep's avatar. I'm Mr. Real worldwide right now. I'm clearly real in here, so just, I will say, you probably can't hover a cursor over me and target this model right now, because I swear there's something very abnormal in the room that is not allowing my cloning to work. Oh no, so just clone it off of the public row. Anyway, with that being said, you might have seen it on the public row, you might have said, this thing is cool, what does it do? And then loaded this up and you got this funky cat and you're like, oh, that's neat. If you check out the 3.0 menu, it has a ton of features. This model is kind of a shapeshifter. I thought of doing this kind of science punk style character where it is basically a lab test. And if you want to be a cat, you can be a cat. If you want to be like a dragon, you can be a dragon. You can put on some wings, you can put on some fluff on your face, some different types of ears, some horns, change up the way your eyes look, and do all these expressions and all this crazy stuff. There's so many sliders in this model to play around with. You really just have to test it out in the public row if you really want to know. This model has something that I like to call the science. If you pull out the beaker and the vial, right here we got the beaker, and right here we got the vial. If you were to do the science, you become this random preset between one of 8 different characters. And I could add more presets. It's not exactly random, but the reason why it's presets is because if you're to do random, if you're playing around with parameters and VRChat and syncing and animator things, you realize that, oh yeah, if you have randomize, then you can't exactly have a real randomizer that's going to sync across players, because you have to make an option for everything. And when you have about maybe, I don't know, 3,000 different possibilities, you don't want to make 3,000 different states that all say, hey, set this to this, because then you have to check all of them. And I just went with presets. So presets it is. So you get 8 presets. And if I'm really crazy and maybe drunk out of my mind one night, I'll probably add that randomize feature to be a real randomizer. Best thing about this model though is despite all these features, everything you can do, there is one thing that I wanted to add in post that the devs seem to really like. I've heard really good talk about this, and they had said before that it was the best demonstration, the most impressive technical demonstration of the Avatar's SDK. I'm guessing I'll put that above my head, and you'll see exactly what I saw in my email. But after that, I'm like, I want to add a slot too, because I hate how all these customized avatars have only one slot, and then you're just like, I don't want to break my little preset to play around with what else I can make. You basically stick with one character that you like, and you're like, alright, I don't want to waste it. I added that slot too to amend this reason, and that seems to be a good fix. A lot of people like it. And randomize, by the way, only affects the current slot that you have equipped. Once you back out of the slot menu after selecting a slot, you're not going to get like thrown back into slot 1 if you like deselected slot 2 and you back out. It saves that slot that you were just in, and then you randomize and do whatever you want. Expressions, mood, everything. Expressions transfer, whatever, you'll figure it out. But this model's got a lot, and in the future, if I can, if I can find the memory for it, I might want to add little Easter eggs that resemble some of my friends that helped me along the way of just how to do a certain animal and being like, you have a character that is this animal, how do I do that? Or what do you suggest I do here? Just little bits, like if I have extra room for like logic somewhere, I will try to find a way to add an Easter egg integer so that when you activate a certain amount of things in the avatar, you get a little bonus above your head. If you were to randomize and land on my dragon, it would probably have a crown above its head, because that is literally just the dragon that I've made in maybe like a bonus shirt, bonus other things. Just that might be a thing in the future, so look out for Easter eggs if that becomes a thing. Oh, and a bonus meme! If any of you guys want to see the logic that I had to do, here is the largest blend tree that I have. This is just for the Viziums. This is just to make it talk. So if you thought the talking looked a little weird, you suck and I hate you. I've been also told that I could turn this entire blend tree into a weapon and start smacking people with it. I might do that eventually. You could hurt people with the power of logic and therefore make them smarter or something like that. Either way, I've crafted a weapon and no one can touch me. Try getting this many blends together. I dare you. This took me probably just 4 hours of that night. Anyway, that's been me. Check out Experiment. I am sorry for this abysmal thing that you saw last session. You saw this tragedy. I am sorry. Alright, that's enough. Gabagool.
No! Put this on the floor! That was traumatizing. Anyway, that was cool, Speed. Oh, I'm saying this to Speed right now because his presentation was cool. Speed.
Definitely here, yeah.
Anyway, next up would be Oramu. Timer going on. 15 minutes. Start.
I got work to do, so I gotta head off. Yep.
Yeah, they're tapping a physical, not physical, they're tapping a keyboard. Yes. Orb.
Our camera person is dead. Take that.
What kind was a wizard with shaders? Oh, I see. I'll explain later. Oh. Whoa.
Is that a fractal? That's a fractal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh man.
Nice. Later. Wow. Minecraft. Minecraft.
Nice. Ooh.
My house.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
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 Oh. Man.
Oh. That's cool.
We're in the future now.
We're in the metaverse.
Holy shit. Oh. Oh god. Oh, that's.
Ooh.
That's trippy. That's trippy. Oh.
Our person streaming on the camera, you might want to look up.
What is
Stuff the
distance?
shaders doing.
Oh.
Those shaders, man, how do they work?
It's like right in
It's
front
like
of
in my
me.
face.
Oh, the camera know you.
Get out of here.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
What? How?
In the shade.
Mo!
Oh, it's gone.
I love you too, Peeb.
Jellyfish.
Oh shit, that's a shade.
Oh.
If you're showing off something like this, Mr. Streamer, might want to look around to appropriately
Wake
archive
up.
it.
Wake up. Wake up.
That's crazy, actually.
Oh shit. Oh god. Oh. I'm gonna keep something. Okay. Oh, your shoes are freaking really weirdly. See that? They're like on a different layer and then it like cuts off.
These look like passes in that colony.
Cheese.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
Oh jeez.
I guess it is cheese.
Oh cheese. Oh
It's made a
no,
good
the
bacteria.
cheese.
I love the
Cheese
moon.
is-
SpongeBob. Oh. Oh, right, there we are. Seven minutes remain. Oh?
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh, neat.
That's
Oh my word.
That's pretty normal.
Mom asks you to be normal for a second.
Grayscale, nice.
Oh, I love dithering.
It's hard to see the dithering, but it's there.
Oh, I'm being dithered. Ah.
Punch mode.
If the dithering effects really aren't visible on this screen, you have to get up to it.
Oh yeah. Better up close.
Bring it to the cameraman, because the cameraman doesn't want to move.
Oh man, that effect is really lost on the screen.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
My reprojection doesn't like the dithering though.
Oh, right. 3 minutes left. 3.5 minutes.
Thank you, thank you.
There we are. Had to stop the timer. Reset, repair, ready? That would be it. That was very nice. I love shader effects. I love dithering. Fortunately, our camera person didn't want to move for half of them.
Wake up.
Why do I even pay you? I don't. Next up would be Frothill. If you could take the stage, please, and show off your wonderful creation, Nick.
Thank you. Hello. Okay. So this week I wanted to show off a commission I had recently been asked to finish, and it's a little guy. I think it's fun. God, he's so tiny.
Little guy.
Hello.
Little guy.
Yeah. The client wanted like this little guy, and wait, am I standing? Okay. There we go. I didn't really try working this out in VR much yet, but it was a fun little project to try to figure out how to make a cartoon character work in such a tiny scale. I feel like I have to keep my hands at the side just to make it really work. But yeah, he's a little guy. He's got some cool little extra features too. He's got like an angry mode, so he gets a little feisty. You can switch to that. He's also sad, you don't want to make the little guy sad. That's no fun. Also, he has sort of this alternative texture where it inverts the colors and he becomes like a little, like an opposite kind of thing with also other expressions and so on. And angry. You wanted specific colors to switch to certain ones, so this was like 6 materials to switch between, but it works out. And also, if I get the gestures, we go. So he has these little claws. I can do like open. This is like all 3 claws. If I point, I can point at one of you, and it's like finger gun. Pew, pew, pew. There's like rock and roll. If I can get that, yeah. Those are all just like different little blend shapes. There's like even like a thumbs up. Yeah, good job. So yeah, this was a fun little experiment. There was something I wanted to try to figure out. The artist has this depiction where actually I'm gonna turn these off. Where every time like a shape crosses in front of another shape, it'll have like this sort of outline only around the part that would be covering another section. So like if the hand was in front of the head, it would have like a white outline around it. And I wouldn't know how to do that with shaders, but that would be like a goal to set up at some point. But well, I don't really know how to do any of that. But yeah, this is a little cat demon guy. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm also open to commissions if people want to reach out. All right, thanks.
That was very lovely. I love a little silly little man. Little cat of the abyss. Oh, how I do love you. Next up would be...
Oh, did I leave cloning on? That was supposed to be on. Whoops. Oh well. I'll have to work that out.
Go on, knock him dead.
Thank you. Well, good morning, afternoon, and/or evening, everyone. You'll have to excuse my voice. I literally just recovered from some sort of like infection like hours ago, so my voice is a bit raspy. But anyway, today I'm here to present this guy right here. This is an avatar that I had made for the most recent avatar roundup. And it was a submission for that. Sadly, it didn't win, but hey, I mean, I'm cool with that now. This personally, I enjoyed making this model a lot, as this is actually the first time I've ever made any model or avatar for VRChat from scratch. Previously, I've only been working with things like base models and like occasional props. So for like a first attempt, I am really happy with how this avatar turned out, like decorative wise. But aside from all the decorations, there is quite a lot of features on this avatar, at least for what it is, because this avatar has been heavily optimized to be excellent on the Quest platform. But anyway, to begin with the things that are on this avatar, well, you might notice my face is a gigantic boombox. Of course, that means I must do something related to music, right? Well, it turns out, yes. I gave this guy a cassette, right? So what you can do is you can actually take this cassette and just pop it right into your face. Now, I'm gonna need my camera for this because I have to take a look at what I'm pressing. So yeah. There's where's the camera? Yeah, so you can actually load this cassette into your face. But on top of that, there are a couple of avatar dynamics features. Mainly where someone, or including yourself, can just press the play button. And it's a bit of a minute detail, but you can probably see that these little spindles are spinning the cassette. There's no sound on this avatar, because, again, Avatar Roundup had to be Quest compatible. But yeah, this is kind of the big feature of it. You know, you can kind of have your own soundboard with it, or like make your own sounds, beatbox if you like. Could be really anything. And say when you're done, you know, you can just take your finger again and press the eject button. It'll stop, eject, and it'll go right back into your hand. That being said, you don't even have to hold the cassette in your hand to put it in. It just pops in anyway if you would like. And just so no one's going around confused on wondering where to press on their face, there's a control panel in the 3.0 radial menu to play the cassette yourself or eject it without even pressing a button, just in case. Main attraction aside, there are a plenty more bunch of other minor features. One of them being some fizz bones. There are fizz bones on this avatar, and basically they're only on the head for the most part. One of them being the handle on the top of your head. You can lock that in place if you like, kind of, as like some little extra flair. But also, there's an antenna on the back of your head that you can grab and pull, if I can actually find out where to grab it from. There we go. You can extend it and then tilt it up to raise it, like you're an actual radio. Not only that, though, if I may go to the camera, there are actually a couple dials and switches on the top of my head. I don't know how they look, because I can't see the camera, but they are labeled as such. There are 4 dials. Only the volume one has a function to it, and I'll demonstrate that later. But these 2 switches also have their own functions. One of them is labeled tape or radio, because like on an actual boombox you would want to switch between if you want to like broadcast live music or play from a cassette you loaded. The switch will actually flip between cassette or radio depending on if this antenna is extended. It uses a float parameter. So that checks how stretched the antenna is. If it's beyond a certain point, I think it's like 50% or so, the switch will flip from cassette to radio. But also the second switch, mono and stereo, because surround sound is all cool and stuff. It's actually not about sound, believe it or not. This was actually suggested by Inevitable over there, and I thought it was so funny I had to put it in. But instead of mono and stereo sound, you essentially have monoscopic and stereoscopic view. And what that means is essentially this switch can detect whether or not someone is in VR or on desktop mode. I should probably turn my cloning on in case anyone else wants to try it. But pretty much, I use the hidden parameter for VR mode, if you know what that is. So it checks whether or not someone is actually in desktop mode or if they're in VR, right? I was also trying to find the cloning switch. I have no idea where it is. Still not used to the new menu.
It's in under settings.
Under avatars? Thank you.
Menu.
Yep. There it is. Yes, thank you. God, okay. So with that, anyway, yeah, so now that's, yeah, so if you're on desktop, you can have someone check your face if you would like, but you can kind of, you can kind of take my word for that. But I also mentioned this volume dial does...
Demonstrate so I can represent people.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you need the camera for that.
Really?
The camera's over there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's alright. Anyway, so also said that this volume dial has a function that pretty much only functions if you mute yourself. So, you know, again, the parameter is true, or is muted is true. Basically, if I mute myself, you'll see this volume dial turn to 0. Kind of easy like that. What else? Oh yes, I made a custom AFK animation for this avatar. So this guy, while he's not a robot, definitely might act like one. So say you go AFK, and I gotta turn on AFK detection for this. So say you go AFK, he powers down essentially. But on the back of my head, if I can back up a little bit, you'll see there's this little area cut out to where there are a few other extra things, like some audio jacks, one for microphone and headphone, but also a power switch above an outlet. So if I were to go AFK, and again, sorry, cameraman, you'll have to move the camera again. If I go AFK, you'll see that the switch switches from on to off. A very minor detail, but hey, I thought it would be cool anyway. And then when I come back online, it switches from off to on, and I have no idea how that's gonna come out to everyone else. Let's see. I mean, that's pretty much it for all the technical details. The rest is pretty much just, you know, me talking about how this is kind of my first avatar and how it went. It's, again, I'm happy with how it came out because I made everything. Although I did make sausage fingers. I understand that hands are pretty hard to make, so this is kind of an obstacle that's still in the works to overcome, but good nonetheless. But other than that, that's all I've got. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, fingers are a pain to make. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. I didn't use any.
That was pretty cool. I do love minor details on avatars.
It's a smart call.
So many
next up. A bit smushed with the names, but I can see the end of the name. Something Mallow. You in the crowd? There you are. Couldn't see the beginning of your name because everyone was squished up. Name tags were really low res. Take the stage.
Oh, you forgot to put the voice thing on.
Fuck you mean I... Why'd it turn off? I'm sad.
Hello. This is the first avatar I made from scratch. Except for the hair texture, I bought that. It's got a couple things on it. Main thing that took the longest was the dress. Let's see. It's got a couple other outfits, but I didn't make those, so I'm not going to show them. It does have this. So it's got a follower, but it's made of cardboard.
Is it? Did it?
No,
is it there? I think it popped in the.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. That's a cardboard texture. I love that.
And the wings and the mask are toggleable. Yeah. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dress is nice. Very nice, very nice, very lovely. We all have a first attempt here. Welcome to the world of making things. It's scary and horrifying. Done weight painting yet?
Enjoy your stay. Stuck here forever.
Enjoy your stay in hell. And the next up, and possibly last, depending on how round 2 goes, because I'm feeling it, is, you. I'm here to say.
Hi, I was thinking of just like, you know, watching this, but I threw together something real quick beforehand. So with the new Fizzbone things, you can actually do spring joints and followers for quests now. Not the new Fizzbone, yeah, the new Fizzbone thing. So let's see if I toggle it on. I should have a little follower back here now. He's mainly functional like a normal follower. The stuff is a little jank, and I probably have to fine-tune it a bit, but it has an animation for when it's moving and when it's at rest. So it functions more or less like a normal constraint follower. You can tweak the settings yourself, probably. And a thing I wanted to do beforehand, but wasn't able to do, is that something happens when you grab it. The next thing, hold on. Yeah. Is the spring joint, which, now with the squash and stretch stuff, it functions a lot more like an actual spring joint. You could kind of do this before, but not really, and my settings are a little off because the scale did something to it, but the cool thing about this is that, it's grabbable completely and still functional as well, so anybody could grab it and move it around and stuff like that. That's basically it, because, again, I didn't have a lot of, time, but I just wanted to show that there's cool new things you can do with Fizzbones now, because having the squish parameter stuff opens up a lot of new cool possibilities. Also, this avatar base is made by Avis, and Avis won't come up here and show it off, but it's really good. You should get it. It's called the Kylene. I'm calling you out.
Holy shit, a bird.
I
got distracted.
They kind of grabbable on Quest. That's clever.
So, I'm feeling a bit of confidence in this. We got a lot of people that ran in near the midpoint and the end point of the Avatar Roundup, meaning I do believe we can do a quick round 2, where we can do that again with any remainers who want to show off any avatars they have. Once again, same rules apply. 15-minute timer. Be in TOS. If someone else made it, show credit. If not, show off your shit, because it's cool. And if it, once again, I can also, wireframe, camera, darkness toggle, audio link toggles, if you need any of them, do that. But yeah, same rules as before. People who want to show off earlier, if we have enough for round 2, that is, they. People don't, they. If nothing happens, we have concluded the event.
You show off?
Give it a good... I can show off.
That's some sick moves.
1, 2, 3, and I do believe we are dry for round 2, so I do think that would be the roundup of May 2023 concluded. These avatars were good, these avatars were fine. You all did a fine, magnificent, awesome, spectacular job out there. I'm proud of each and every one of you. But that would be the roundup concluded for this month. Yay! Yay!
Oh, hard up,
I hate
hard
you.
up.
I hate you. Die! 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 Dude! Get away there!
Hey, that means I have to stop streaming. I can stay at
Yeah,
the
I mean,
ass
just
stop streaming.